These Hoyas needed a repot like yesterday, so let's get on it. Hello everyone and welcome back, or welcome if you're new here. My name is Matt. In today's video, we're gonna be repotting some of my baby little Hoyas. I have 7 Hoyas that are in either propagation mode or are in the tiny little vessels that they arrived in to me. And I need to repot these guys because they are drying out. They are drying out so much and I can't keep up with these small freaking containers. Some of them are in sphagnum, some of them are in tree fern fibers, and both of those substrates like to dry out. So I desperately need to move these into their new homes. They're drying out and it's getting a little bit too much to handle for me because I pretty much have to water these like every other day. If that sounds fun to you, grab yourself a cozy little beverage, a snack, maybe some repotting of your own, and let's get this party started. I lowered you so you can see what we are doing. So we have 7 Hoyas over here. I'm just gonna quickly introduce you to all of them. So this is my Hoya Nicholsonii New Guinea Ghost. She is absolutely stunning, and this is the one that would dry out the most. This one got to literally droopy, wrinkly stage. Luckily, right now she didn't pull through and is nice and robust again, but she was desperately underwatered, so this one definitely needs an upsize. Next up, we have my silver dollar propagations. These are 2 cuttings that I took from a plant that I shared with my friend, and as you can see, she is rooted absolutely lovely into the sphagnum moss. So I want to get this one out of sphagnum moss before it roots even more, because as all of you probably know, removing moss from roots it's not a task for the weak. Next up, we have my Hoya Sulawesiana, and she just needs a regular upgrade because her roots are coming out of the little nursery pot, or like the little plastic pot, and she is also drying out quite a bit, so yeah, have to upgrade her as well. Next one is my Hoya Thompsonii. She is another little 2-leaf propagation, and I don't see a lot of roots on her, but I see enough for an upgrade, so we will see once we kind of get these out of sphagnum moss what we are working with. Then we have the Hoya Lacanosa White Pearl. This one probably has, I can only literally see like 1 little root. So this one probably has the least amount of roots, but we will see. Next up, we have my Hoya Wolliniana, and she's actually quite rooted. She already started circling with her roots around the pot. And yeah, I gotta get this one out of sphagnum moss fast because I do not want these roots to get entangled into the sphagnum anymore. And last, but certainly not least, we have my Hoya Paradisa, or Paradisa. I don't know how you say this, but yeah, she's a cute little patootie. She is in, again, one of these little tiny tree fern containers. So I just want to move her into something bigger. As for their new vessels, I will be using these, I believe these are 10 centimeter little transparent nursery pots, and I think 10 centimeter is around 4 inches if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, these are great, sturdy, have drainage holes, and these will be fabulous. As for the soil mix that I'm gonna be using Soil Ninja's Anthurium and Orchid mix mixed with a lot of tree fern fiber. So we will see how that will go. It's a very chunky mix, so I think the Hoyas will like it quite a bit. I also have some water over here just so we can soak some of the sphagnum moss in case it's dry. Because removing moss, it can be dangerous. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get started. And I wanna first deal with these sphagnum moss buddies. So we have 4 of them over here. And I wanna first remove the sphagnum moss, at least what I can, and then we will see the situation. So let's go ahead and start with the silver dollar. I am so excited to have this plant. Now this is not pure sphagnum moss. There is some, I don't know if you'll be able to tell, but there is also some cocoa chips and I believe some bark in here as well. So it's a very, very nice rooting mixture. Now this one is quite wet. I did water all of these sphagnum moss Hoyas today, just in preparation for this repot. And is this a root? No, that's not a root, right? Oh, what is this? What is this, y'all? I hope it's not a root, because if it is, that's rotten. But I don't think it is. I don't think it is. But I do see a lot of healthy roots. I just want to be very, very careful and not do too much damage, because Hoya roots are super, 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 super delicate. So I am being very, very gentle with this. I haven't recorded in such a long time and I missed this. I'm so glad that I get to record again. I have actually been sick the previous, week? A little bit over a week. Oh, it's been a journey. My mom was sick, then I got sick, and it's just... It's been a journey. It's been a freaking journey, but I am on the road to recovery. Still not 100% there, but I'm mostly fine, which is great, and I am thankful for it. But I haven't recorded in a while, and it's a bit unfortunate because now I'm a bit behind. I don't think the videos I should still manage to get all the videos out on time, because I have been, recording in advance, because that's literally the only way I can even keep up with two day per week upload schedule if I record in advance, because I still have a job, I still work, and it's a lot easier when I can record. Oh, I broke off a little root. That's okay. It's a lot easier if I can just record in advance. So I'm just gonna go ahead and soak this in the water for a little bit, maybe to, don't want to dunk the whole thing, maybe to hopefully loosen some of that moss a little bit more. It's not been fun. Being sick is not fun, and oh no, I broke some more roots. God damn it. And this time I've been really, really sick. I used to get the odd cold here and there, just, sniffles, coughing, nothing bad, maybe a sore throat, but this was brutal. I had a super high fever. I was literally dying, and it was not fun. I believe the last time I was this horrendously sick was actually during COVID. So I was like, oh God, did I get some kind of new strand of COVID or what? I don't know. It was scary. It was not fun. Luckily, it didn't last too long. The worst part with the fever and stuff lasted for about 3 days, but then it started getting better and better and better. So yay, all is well, thankfully. Yeah, just being sick is not fun, but it does make you appreciate your health. And now I'm ooh, it feels so nice that I can actually record and talk and do the things that I love and that bring me joy, because man, just sitting, whenever I'm sick and I just have to, rest and not do anything, because you really can't do much when you're sick. Probably the worst part for me. I hate just loafing around, especially when I'm forced to. If it's something that I'm looking forward to, if I have a show that I want to watch or something like that, then I love to loaf around. But if I'm forced to do it because I need to rest, because I'm sick, I'm just I'm not here for it. I want to do stuff, and I'm glad that I can do stuff again. But yeah, it just makes you appreciate the things that just makes you appreciate your health, and how much we take our health for granted. And unfortunately, another thing that has really put a lot of perspective into my life lately have been the LA wildfires. Obviously horribly horrendous. I feel so bad for anybody who lost their property. I mean, it is just material things, and obviously the most important thing is that you're safe and alive and whatnot. But I mean, losing your whole house, I can't even imagine what that must feel like. It's so awful. I know Benji Plants lost like his entire house, and when I saw the news, I was like, this is devastating. I mean, it's just horrible. Just what one fire. It takes so little. It takes so little for you to lose literally everything you have worked for your entire life. And yeah, it just sucks. And I hope we are all, the people that are not affected by this are grateful that we are not in this situation. And I think we should all just really be grateful for what we have, for our homes, for our situations. And yeah, that's kind of the energy that I have been trying to channel in these past couple of days while these horrendous fires have been going on. I hope none of you all watching this are affected, or that your families aren't affected. And if you are, or if any of your like family, close member, friends, whatever, is affected by these fires, I am truly sorry. I literally don't even know how someone would cope and deal with this situation. It's truly just horrible, and it just goes to show you that Mother Nature is relentless, and Mother Nature is vicious, and it's truly unfortunate how you can lose everything in a matter of seconds, literally in a matter of seconds. And I mean, all the firefighters, all the people working to protect their city, basically. It's a wonderful sight to see. However, these people, trauma for the rest of their freaking lives. I remember when we had the pretty bad earthquake over here in my city, and it wasn't like, looking back at it, for me, it was like one of the worst experiences ever, because I've never really felt an earthquake before. And it did do some damage to our property, not nearly as much as it did to some other people's properties, where people lost their houses and stuff. We basically lost like one piece of furniture, and like a wall got dinged up, and a flooring got a little bit destroyed. That's it. That's literally it. But our house was like fine. Everything was good. Everything was fine. This earthquake happened almost 5 years ago. No, 4 years ago now. And to this day, I'm still traumatized by that earthquake. So yeah, natural disasters ain't fun. They ain't fun. Alrighty, so I removed some of the moss that I could, and I'm just letting these plants soak in the water over here so that I can hopefully remove some more. And now I am working on these tree fern fiber plants, and I don't think I have to remove these as much as I do with the moss, but I'm just trying to kind of loosen up the fibers a little bit, because they are a little bit compacted. And if I just put this in the soil, it might stay damp a little bit too much. So I'm just trying to be very gentle and remove some of these roots as gentle as possible. Okay. But yeah, other than that, life has been pretty good, I would say. Like nothing bad happening on my front. I wonder how you guys are doing. How are you all dealing with, all this stress, all the things happening in the world right now? I'm definitely trying to just channel a very peace, calming vibe. I'm trying to read a lot more. I'm trying to go on walks. I am also trying to get back into my daily yoga habit because yoga was something that was truly meditative for me, and it helped me so much both physically and mentally. And I used to do it for, like, I was pretty regular with it for, I would say, 7-8 months last year, but then unfortunately if I drop the ball once, it's over. Basically, I just have to keep on doing it whenever, because if I drop it once, it's done. And I just got back into it, around New Year's time, and then I got sick. And then obviously I couldn't do yoga anymore for the duration of my sickness. And I'm still not back into it because I'm still not feeling like 100% physically there. Hopefully I will be because yoga is truly another wonderful, wonderful thing that helps me so much, like I mentioned. And I do want to get back into it, but I have been reading a lot more, which is very, very nice. I actually read Stephen King's Misery. I literally blasted through that book in 3 days because I was hooked. Obviously, I know of the movie, but I never read like the original story. So I randomly picked it up, and I literally couldn't put it down. I finished it in 3 days. It was amazing. So if you haven't read the original Misery book, I highly recommend it. It's so, if you like horror. If you don't like horror, do not read it. It's very brutal. Anyway, this is the New Guinea ghost, and she has a lot of freaking roots. And she has a lot of like tiny roots. I'm telling you, I have been loving tree fern fiber more and more for my plants. It is horrendously expensive, but I have been absolutely loving it. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and move on to the Paradisa, or Paradisi, or however you say it. This one is so dainty, I'm like so scared of breaking it. But yeah, I read Misery. I read it in 3 days. It was so amazing. And now I'm reading another kind of horror-ish book. It's called Bury Your Gaze. And I saw the cover in the bookstore, and I was like, yep, love it. I don't even care what it is about. It's basically about this like popular screenplay writer, and his director or like his boss or whatever tells him that he needs to basically, for the finale of the show, kill off his gay characters for the algorithm. And obviously the writer is like, no, fuck you, I'm not gonna do that. And then everything starts going to the crappers, and there is monsters. Alrighty, sorry about the slight little disturbance. My brother actually just called me. We got a new little fishy. He went to the store where we get our fishies, and he got us a new little bristle-nosed, what are they called? Bristle-nosed platy something. They're very fun. They're very cute. I love them. They like to eat the algae, and then they like suck onto the outside of the aquarium glass. It's very fun to watch. But yeah, where was I? I was talking about my book. Yeah, I was talking about my book. It's very fun. I'm around 100 pages in, so I am reading that one a bit slower. But again, I started that one while I was sick, so I wasn't really in the mood for reading either. But hopefully, now that I'm better, I'll be actually able to pick up the book more often and actually have, the capacity and mental strength for reading. I also have 5. I have 5 books that are in the mail right now, and I am very excited. We removed the tree fern fiber plants, and I'm actually gonna use this tree fern fiber, or reuse this tree fern fiber, and just put it into my mix, because Tree fern fiber is heckin' expensive, and I am not wasting that crap. Now, the last plant is actually in sort of a mix already. From what I can tell, some tree fern fiber and some perlite or pumice or something like that. So this one, I don't think I will break up. Yeah, this one's gonna be a very easy job. Loves it so much. I seriously hope that this plant does well. It hasn't grown, so this is the Hoya Do. It hasn't grown yet, which is a little bit unfortunate, but I really hope this plant does well because this is one of my top wish list Hoyas. And like if this plant were to grow and do well and bloom, I would die. I'm also gonna go ahead and reuse this as well. I'm just gonna go ahead and plop it back into my soil mixture. So yeah. So the hard part of this repot is done, which was removing all the moss and stuff. That always takes forever. But now we get to do the fun stuff, which is actually potting up the plants. So let's go ahead and pot them up. I'm just gonna go ahead and put a small layer of potting medium first. Then I will put down the plant. Ooh, actually, this one could maybe go a little bit deeper. I think this is fine. And now I'm just gonna go ahead and backfill it. Make sure to shimmy it so the soil, so there's not like a lot of air pockets, and the soil actually settles between all of the little roots. And we will see how the plants will do in this mixture. This is my I do have some other Hoyas in this mix, and in general, they're happy, so I don't see why these wouldn't be, but you just never know. Hoyas are so funny because they can be great one day, and then the next one they can like just completely die. But the first one is done. Hoya Do. She is such a cutie. I absolutely love this plant, and fingers crossed that she does well for me. Alrighty, next one, I think I want to do the Paradisa. So I'm just gonna go ahead and try to remove a little bit more of the tree fern fiber from the roots, but this is, I believe, perfectly acceptable. She will be fine. I don't think there should be any issues over here whatsoever. I am so excited for these Hoyas, and I am excited to see them grow. We are obviously still in January. I feel like the winter months just last forever, man. Like spring and summer just poof, gone. But the winter, I'm just like, can we like, Christmas is over, New Year's is over, bring on spring. Like, what are we doing? But it just lasts for a lifetime, I swear to God. But yeah, luckily we are already kind of like mid-January, so that means that soon we're gonna be in February, and that means that soon we're gonna be in March, and that means we are finally in spring. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to a new growing season, more sun, more daylight. I am excited, although it did snow today, which was pretty. However, it turned into slush very, very fast because it started raining right afterwards. Hoya Paradisa, she is done. Such a cutie. Another one that I would die if she bloomed for me because the blooms are delectable. Next up, let's go ahead and do the Hoya New Guinea Ghost. She will definitely appreciate the upgrade. And this is another one that I am very excited to size up and to see grow in the upcoming growing season. Very, very excited to have like hopefully a full bushy plant of this. And this is one that I will be moving to my west-facing window once it starts getting, because in the winter that west-facing window doesn't get like any light, but once summer comes, it gets blasted by light, and I think this plant will absolutely appreciate it. And this is one that I'm more interested in the foliage of this plant, not necessarily the blooms. I don't even remember off the top of my mind what the blooms for this one look like. I think they are just like the classic, the regular Hoya blooms. But the foliage on these ones is what truly makes me tick. But yeah, she is done. She is a little bit dusty and dirty, but don't worry, I will give all of these a nice little wash afterwards, so they will be nice and clean. But yeah, such a cute little buddy. I love you so much. Alrighty, now we only have the sphagnum moss ones left. And let's see if any of the sphagnum is coming off a little bit easier, and it is, which is great. Awesome. Now, it's not crucial to remove all the sphagnum, like nothing bad will happen if you leave some of the sphagnum on the plant, but I like to play it safe. I like to play it safe, especially with plants that I really care about. There are plants that I do not mind hacking up. I don't mind being cruel to, because I know they can handle the beatings. I know they will be fine. But there are plants like Hoyas, like expensive Hoyas, that I really want to treat with a lot of care and love. So yeah. What's this one called? Lacanosa White Pearl. She is so tiny. I feel like this might be a little bit much. This might be a little bit much, but we're gonna go for it. But she is so tiny, but I do actually see, I don't know if y'all will be able to see, but she is actually pushing out the tiniest new growth. It feels so weird to be recording again, honestly. Like, I'm still pretty new to this whole YouTube thing, so recording still isn't like second nature to me. I mean, I enjoy it. I enjoy it a lot. Otherwise, I would not be doing this, because it's a lot of work for not a lot of, no payment at all. I am monetized. Woo! I am monetized, but it's still like, it's pennies. It's literally not a lot of money, and it's a lot of work. So yeah, I am enjoying it. However, it takes me, I kind of like, you just get out of the groove of it, I guess. Like if you don't do it for even a couple of days, it's hard to get back into it. Lacanosa White Pearl, this looks ridiculous. It's literally one tiny little leaf. Like, you can barely tell this is a plant. I don't know, well, we'll see. Hopefully she will be fine. I will obviously be keeping a watchful eye on all of these plants, because I don't want anything going wrong. But I think Hoyas on the whole are pretty resilient. Knock on wood. But yeah, let's go ahead and move on to the Thomsonii, the Hoya Thomsonii. This plant, this is another one that I am so freaking excited about, because the foliage is so pretty. And I don't know if this is the white or the pink bloom. I think the white one is the more common one. I didn't specifically search for the white one or the pink one. I was just like, just give me a Hoya Thomsonii. I just want the fuzzy leaves. That's all I really care about, if I'm being completely honest with this plant. Like, if this plant never bloomed for me, I will be fine with it, as long as it grows. That is my wish. That's my want. That's my demand of you. Like, I just want you to grow and give me a lot of these fuzzy leaves. I don't know how people grow these. Like, do they grow them trailing, or do they grow them trellised. If you have any of these plants, actually, let me know how you grow them. Do you grow them trailing or do you grow them trellised? I believe that for the most of these, I will probably trellis them. The ones that I won't trellis are probably the Wallineana. I think that one is like a nice, can be like a nice trailing plant, but everybody else, and maybe the Laconosa. Maybe the Laconosa could also be a nice trailing plant, but everybody else, I think I'm gonna be moving on to a trellis because I just find that Hoyas do so much better on trellises than when I leave them, you know, trailing and to hang for their dear life. So I think that's what I'm gonna be doing because then they just grow a lot better. But yeah, let me know your opinions. I think this is fine. I think this is a good amount of the sphagnum removed from this little buddy. So let's go ahead and pot her up. And then we have only 2 more to go. Yay! My back is hurting. It is in pain. And I really wanted to get this done today. I wasn't sure if I was gonna get it done today because I wasn't feeling the greatest today. I didn't get a lot of sleep because there were really powerful winds happening over here during the night, and I was just like, good God, can you stop? I literally can't sleep. Also, I woke up like feeling super dizzy, so I was like, oh God. But I'm glad I got this done. I'm glad that I powered through and that I managed to do this because, like I said, these really needed to be done. Hoya Thompsonii, cutie little guy. Love him so much. Also, it's gonna be nice because they're all gonna be like in the same little nursery pots. I don't have like cover pots for all of them. I have for some of them, don't have for all of them, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. That's the name of the game. If you have a lot of plants, you need a lot of cover pots, and cover pots are freaking expensive. Also, this week I am back at work. I took 2 weeks off for the winter holidays. I always take 2 weeks off for the winter holidays, and now I'm back at work and I am not happy about it. I'm not happy about it. I mean, I don't mind my job. It's definitely not the worst job in the world, but it just doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't fulfill me in any way. And when I just have to sit at work for 8 hours and just force myself to do the work, it's not a fun experience. I don't know. I hope like a new fun project will come along because our current ones are they're just tired, they're boring, there's nothing interesting, nothing innovative about them. And I just hope that we will get something a little bit more interesting, a little bit more exciting, a little bit more stimulating, something where I can actually, you know, push myself and challenge myself. And yeah. Okay, this plant is very well rooted. This was another little cutting that I took. Me and my friend shared this plant and I took a cutting from it, and it is very, very well rooted, which I love to see. There we go, little cutie pie. Also, this one sun stresses beautifully, so I hope I will get to see it sun stress. I think that will be very, very fun. And I don't remember the blooms on this one. I don't think they're anything special. This one is mostly, again, for the foliage and for the sun stressing in particular, because like the new Guinea Ghost, it can sun stress really, really beautifully. Like usually I'm not a fan of sun stressed Hoyas. So this is Hoya Wallineana, I think. I will have the names on the screen. But yeah, usually I'm not the biggest fan of sun stressed Hoyas, but some of them do look cool. And while it's not, I wouldn't be upset if I can get it to sun stress. If I'm able to do it, I think it will be neat. For example, the silver dollar is another one that sun stresses really beautifully, similar to the New Guinea ghost actually. And this leaf right here is actually a little bit sun stressed, and it's because it lives literally right under one of these grow lights. And yeah, it's like this pretty pink color. But my problem with sun stressing is that oftentimes it does turn out kind of like, if it's not being blasted by sun and like in optimal conditions and in optimal health, it does look more like splotchy and sickly than it does purposeful and pretty. However, the pink sun stressing is pretty. I will say that it is quite pretty. So we're moving on to the last one, which is the silver dollar. Now this one actually has a lot less roots than I expected, which is fine. I'm pretty sure, like, this seems like a very hardy Hoya because the leaves are extremely thick, which I love. I love me a thick Hoya. But yeah, hopefully she will be fine. Hopefully all of these will be fine, and hopefully I will have some fun and good updates to share with you in the future. I will definitely be updating you on the status of all of these plants, which I'm very excited about. I think this will be the year of the Hoyas for me. And I'm actually really excited to also add a couple of new ones into my collection. I don't have any like in mind particularly, but I just, and it's not gonna happen anytime soon because I need to first get to know the ones that I do before I get new ones. But I definitely feel like 2025, I will be mostly adding new Hoyas to my collection. Hoyas and Inferium, those are the two genuses that I will be definitely adding a lot of to my collection. I don't plan on adding any more philodendrons to my collection because I just, maybe one or two, but I don't know. I always have such a hard time with philodendrons and they always get thrips and pests. And like, speaking of thrips and pests, I literally just found thrips the other day on my Monstera Tycon and on my Esmeraldense. And I was like, oh, good God, can we stop it with the frickin' thrips? They are so annoying. They are literally my kryptonite and I cannot get rid of them for the life of me, which I don't know. Hopefully one day I'll be able to get rid of thrips, and I wish I could. Honestly, I'm usually not the fan of like the chemical pesticides, but I'm at the point in my life with thrips where I'm like, I wish we had systemics available where I could just kill the fuckers and be done with it. But unfortunately, we don't have that available in my country. But anyway, the last one is done. Hoya Silver Dollar. I am so excited for this cutie. I think out of all the Hoyas, this one and the Silowiciana are probably my favorite. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way through, congratulations, first of all. And second of all, leave me a little green heart emoji in the comment section below. I would love to chat with you. Let me know if you have any of these plants, which of these plants are your favorite. Please be safe out there and remember to shower yourself with kindness. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.